What's this Dr. Becky clown telling people there's nothing apparent when you're supposed to have 15 degrees an hour drift? Is she backing Simon Dan's idiocy? I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon and join button if you'd like to become a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and keep up to date with the Flat Earth debate. If you would like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they premiere. There's also a PayPal, Patreon and crypto link in the info box below the video. Any evidence of axial rotation? Hey Adam. Hey.
Have we ever
No
had
evidence.
Have we ever had evidence for it?
Afternoon, guys.
Well, according
Adam.
to hey Adam,
Adam.
according to Dr. Becky, there is, but we never feel it or see it.
Then
Same
how is
Dr.
that
Becky.
evidence?
Hold on.
I don't
Dr.
know.
Becky,
Same
hold on.
Dr.
Sorry, did you say Dr. Becky said there is rotation, but we never see any evidence of it? What about the 15 degrees an hour turn of the Earth that he claim happens as we rotate underneath things not attached? That's a 15 degrees an hour drift. She says that we don't see any evidence. What about the drift that they claim we see?
Well, yeah, but when I commented, what about the sniper bullet and Neil deGrasse Tyson's football? Boy, the chat room lit up that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Sorry, hold on 1 second, Brian. So let me get this straight, 10th. You went into Dr. Becky, who's claiming there's no apparent evidence that proves we spin. You wouldn't tell. And yet you're citing their own side's high priesthood and their claim that Earth turns underneath snipers' bullets, and you're being told that you don't understand what you're talking about when you cite their hostile witnesses that completely discredit what she's saying.
Exactly. And I even said Dr. Becky versus Neil deGrasse Tyson. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, this is worth pondering. This is definitely worth pondering. So Dr. Becky needs to be told more that she is in direct contradiction of the claim that we like to pummel. And that's that you have 15 degrees an hour turn of the Earth underneath stuff not attached to cause apparent deflection. That's drift, things drifting away. Not because they fly away, but because you turn underneath them and therefore they appear to fly away 1,000 miles an hour on the equator. Ergo, you'd throw a ball in the air and it would drift away 1,000 miles an hour as you turned underneath it. Exampled by Neil deGrasse Tyson's football. Gets kicked from the ground into the inertial reference frame, and the Earth is claimed to turn underneath so that the goal is made by the Earth turning underneath, moving the goalposts. Of course, that would mean that if you were watching the game from the blimp, you'd have Earth turning underneath the blimp, and that doesn't happen. And we like it to be very clear that you're claiming we do see drift, if you're a glober claiming we've got proof we spin, so that we can point out that we don't. What's this Dr. Becky clown telling people there's nothing apparent when you're supposed to have 15 degrees an hour drift? Is she backing Simon Dan's idiocy?
I just posted a screenshot of Master B. You can see it.
Let's have a look. This definitely needs pondering on. It seems we've now got two hostile witnesses who are standing in contradiction of one another. Becky says you can't see anything you wouldn't know. And Neil deGrasse Tyson not only saw it from the stands, he tweeted about it, having seen it with his own eyes, according to him, to prove it. So, Becky, you've got a big problem here, and we're going to make sure you know about it. Go ahead, it's on screen, 10th.
So we've watched the video actually arguing the point of Earth turn. Well, we don't feel it. You can't tell it's there, but it's there. So basically, just trust me kind of a statement. So I wrote, so no Earth-based Coriolis effect then, because we're not moving. However, Neil deGrasse Tyson says the field goal was assisted by Earth turning, or sniper bullets, or pendulums. Thanks, Dr. Becky. Dr. Becky versus Neil deGrasse Tyson. Please make up your minds. And then the blah, blah, blah. Asinine flat earther alert, get a life 10th moron. There's a lot more under that, though. And then Brian,
So that's
and
their
Flatsoid.
answer, an ad hom?
Yeah,
That's okay by me. No problem. The fact that they haven't been saved by their commenters isn't surprising. Yeah, the Becky commenters aren't going to save you. We are going to be pointing this out and juxtaposing your claim that there's nothing to see here with Tyson's claim he saw something here and tweeted about it. That's a big problem. Either we have Earth turning underneath at 15 degrees an hour, as claimed by Tyson and Foucault, or we don't, Becky. Which, I don't mind which sword you die by. If you tell us that, well, no, there's nothing to see, well, there's nothing proving we spin. Or you say, no, we do absolutely have 15 degrees an hour as the Earth turns underneath stuff not attached. Then that would shorten flight times. So, Becky, it's time to pick a poison to die by. And we're going to be the ones to force feed it to you. Any evidence of the distance to the sun?
1 second, Nathan, before you go on. I just want
Go ahead, Brian. I noticed one of them was your comment. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was actually being a bit rude. Sorry, Tent. I stepped in on Tent, what Tent was saying to you. I actually put her straight on something that she was wrong about with her own model. It's from the same direction as what Tent is doing, but it's more directly connected to the model. She stated in the very start, within 1 minute 28 of the video, that the Earth is spinning at a constant rate and moving around the sun at a constant rate. That is not right, according to Kepler's analemma. The globe Earth is constantly changing its rate as it goes around the sun in an offset elliptical orbit. So she didn't even know that. She just gave an average. She just said that it moves at 670,000 miles an hour or some nonsense like that around the sun. But the truth is, it's constantly changing its speed in accordance with that model.
Yes,
I just posted your remark on Master B2, by the way.
I did. I had it up on screen. I had it up on screen. I'd also like to point out that YouTube, one of my commenters and probably lots of people's commenters, was quick to point out that what you've just described would give us speed changes. And like on a waltzer, that's what you feel. You guys, I heard while I was in the kitchen making a cup of coffee in the pre-show, talking about trains and such like, and how you can feel the motion. Well, it's the inertial change that you feel, and what Brian's just described would give us that, and you'd notice.
Yeah, that's what I brought up as well, inertial.
Well, that's why they have to say we move in at a constant speed, because we don't feel any of that.
Chocolate, if you're going in a car driving 60 miles an hour straight and you do a sharp right turn, what's going to happen?
Speed change, you're going to notice.
Exactly.
Spray. Right, as it's Becky related, this might get trimmed out in the same section. Any single viable hypothesis from any of the fields of astronomy, cosmology, or astrophysics?
No, Becky still hasn't supplied Tent with one over a year now, so I don't think there's going to be one.
So on this subject, I got a email from a guy called Kyle Brown, who was pleading with me to get a different show for him to attend to debate, after telling me that he's going to reify models and base his presuppositions on observations he wants to discuss with me. I was like, yeah, you can suck my nuts. If you want to come on, you can come on at 3 a.m, Snowflake, because he lives in, I don't know, somewhere that's at 3 a.m. Anyway, back and forth emails with me explaining to him that he doesn't know what science is and he's got pseudoscience. I just read his last email. Okay, Nathan, it's clear that you're not interested in learning, only twisting others' words to fit your personal definition of science. So, we'll cover these things afterwards. For example, the main assumption that this mathematical model uses is that light travels in a straight line, which is only approximately true due to refraction. Interesting. This does not assume the shape of the Earth. You've just put those words into my mouth because it fits your beliefs and narrative. The mathematical model is just a tool. The science then comes from plugging the actual observations into the model and comparing its predictions with reality. I'll leave it there. Anybody want to address any of that?
Where do we start?
What comes first, observation or maths?
Models are pseudoscience. Science is based on observation of phenomena, formulation of hypothesis, that would be a scientific prediction, followed by systematic experimentation to prove or disprove your alternative hypothesis. That is science. Models
Yes.
and your comparisons, they're not causal proof. They're merely
Yeah,
your
science is-
comparing of your pseudoscience model to something you observe, and you absolutely will be assuming an R value in your model. I absolutely guarantee it.
Yeah, science is qualitative, not quantitative.
Yeah. What causes what, not how much of what in my model.
The most interesting part, the part that got me straight away with that, was the very first thing he opened with was projection. He said, "It seems, Nathan, that you're not interested in learning." So straight away he was telling you that you're not interested in learning. Yet
Yeah.
you're putting him straight on what he's incorrect about.
Yeah, it's also divining my thoughts like Mystic Meg with a crystal ball. Oh, you know what I'm interested in, do you, Mr. Psychic? Yeah, correlation is not causation. And what he wants to do is correlate observations with a begging the question proof of nothing model of a globe Earth, and also, although I didn't read that section of the email, hold it up in false dichotomy against a flat Earth pizza pan that he's going to compare it to with the sun's assumed distance on a flat pizza. That's what he's going to do. He's got a false dichotomy and several reification fallacies, all rolled into one. When I point out he doesn't have the slightest idea what science is, models aren't it, he tells me that I don't know what science is. Okay. Yeah, like I said, this guy's apparently it's a bit late in the morning for him, 3 a.m. to come on the show, which is now for him. It's like, I don't care. Do you think I'm suddenly falling over myself to get some PhD student arselicker to come on? No, you've got no weight or clout here, you complete clown, and you don't know what science is. Speaking of science, any scientific evidence of gravity?
None whatsoever.